What's up, y'all? It's Thursday. I hope everybody out there is happy and healthy. So let's go ahead and get down. And I want to talk about this situation that transpired with former NBA player Jaden Ivey, because he was just recently released by the Chicago Bulls due to the recent comments that he made about the LGBTQIA community and the Chicago Bulls. They said that they had to let him go based off of his conduct was detrimental to the team.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ. Right? They proclaim Pride Month in the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that man, this man is crazy?
Now, Jaden Ivey played his college basketball at Purdue University, and he was selected with the 5th overall pick back in 2022 by the Detroit Pistons, but he was recently traded to the Chicago Bulls, and he was rehabbing, trying to get his knee back together after being injured. Now, Jaden was exposed to basketball at a very young age because his mother played basketball at the University of Notre Dame. She also played in the WNBA. She played for the Indiana Fever, the Detroit Shock, and the Phoenix Mercury. And now she's the current women's basketball coach for Notre Dame. Now, you would think that Jaden came from a loving household when you look at the dynamic of the family structure and what it appears to be from the outside looking in, but that wasn't the case.
I think as a child, I just never felt love before. I never, felt what true love felt like. And I, as I grew up, there were some, traumas that I went through that I don't really, explain to people. But, I definitely was as a kid. There were some things that I, saw, that I don't really even talk about, but I know there was, a seed that Satan tried to, use at an early age. And, that was tough, obviously, growing up. But as I grew up, I just tried to, seek the wrong things. Even in high school, I, tried sleeping with women, to fulfill a certain void in my heart that, as I continued to, just grow as a man.
Now, even though Jaden did not expose the individual that was responsible for SBing him when he was just a youngin', I wonder if it was a man, and is this the reason why he's coming against the LGBTQIA community in the fashion that he is? Because the fact that he said in the clip that I just played for you all that he was trying to fill a void sleeping with a lot of women makes me think that it was a man that did this, and he was trying to prove to himself that, hey, there's nothing wrong with me, I'm not gay, etc., etc. Now, of course, Jaden did speak about being released by the Chicago Bulls, and from the sound of things, it seems as though that he's prepared to stand in his faith rather than having an NBA career and having the lifestyle that the NBA provides.
They said my conduct is detrimental to the team, right? Why didn't they just say we don't agree with his stance on LGBTQ? Why didn't they say that? But how is it conduct detrimental to the team? What did I do to the team? What did I do to the players? I did nothing but practice with them, play with them, pass the ball to them, good teammate to them. Said good job, good shot. I said good job, good pass, way to play, bro. Right? I said these things to my teammates. Was never detrimental to them. So why is it that the NBA and the Chicago Bulls say that I'm detrimental to the team? That's why you got Steph Curry, and he not even surrendered, and y'all believe he's a Christian. Y'all believe he's a Christian because he wrote Philippians 4:13. Y'all think he's a Christian. But he cursing just like the world.
We are now almost ready to go, so please take your seats, fasten your seatbelt.
Friendship with the world is enmity with God. He's friendship with the world. He don't know Jesus. And I pray he comes to the truth. That him and his family will be saved in Jesus' name. Because all that stuff is not going to matter on Judgment Day. All them rings he got.
I'll buy it, yes.
All them rings LeBron got. All them rings Michael Jordan got. Who are around me, those are my family members betraying. Because of what I spoke. The truth. Saying that I'm losing my mind. Saying that I'm crazy. These are my own family members. My blood. Man, he's psycho. He's this, he's that. Those are my own household. That's why my wife in here and she not even texting me. All I'm preaching is about Jesus Christ and they wave me. Right? They say I'm crazy, right? I'm psycho. That don't add up, man. That's not adding up, right? God let these happen. God let these things happen for a reason. May his will be done. May his will be done. Right? May his will be done. Not my will. My will is done. When I came into the league, all I wanted to do was win championships and get millions of bucks. Millions of bucks. Get that next contract. Get them cars. Get all them cars. That's all I wanted. Right? When I came into the league, that's all I wanted. Right? Until the Lord showed me. Lord showed me. What good is it to gain the world yet forfeit your soul? What good is it? What good is it to not follow the Lord, to not obey his commandments? What good? It's not good. It does you no good. What good is it? What good is it not keeping his commandments? What good is it driving the store with the Ferrari you only get to drive that Ferrari for the time being. You're not gonna sit and drive the Ferrari for 10 hours. When has anyone driven a Ferrari for 10 hours? No one. No one has sit there and driven a Ferrari for 10 hours. It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter on Judgment Day. And they gonna try to stop me. But I'm not. I'm gonna keep speaking the truth. That's why everybody around me turning their back on me.
Now, it's important to note that the Detroit Pistons, along with the Chicago Bulls organization, are coming out and they're basically stating that Jaden was forcing his religion on other teammates, that he would be in the locker room preaching and telling his teammates the things that he didn't like about them, saying that they were not of God. And I would say you have to be extremely careful about forcing your religion onto other people, because there's a lot of people that will strongly disagree with your stance when it comes to that, and they have every right. Now, I feel like Jaden has every right to stand on what he believes in, and I personally didn't hear any type of hate that was coming out of his mouth. He just said that he didn't believe that two men or two women should be sleeping together, right? Now, you could ask, should he have said that on a platform for the whole entire world to see? Because he's an NBA player and of course it's going to gain traction. But again, I revert to the question that I asked previously when he was talking about being SB'd as a youngin'. Was it by a man? Because it could be taking effect of his mental stability at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to call him crazy or anything, but he could be having some type of mental breakdown, you know, right before our eyes. Now, I will say this in closing, it's extremely alarming to me that with everything that's going on in the world today, with families being ripped apart, and you have this senseless war that's going on and people are losing their lives, and things of that nature, this is what Jaden came to the internet to talk about. He don't want to talk about anything else, but he has strong views against gay people, right? And that's very alarming to me because there's so many things that are impacting the world in a negative manner other than who people choose to sleep with. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about all of this. Don't forget to like, comment, share. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Check you guys out later. Peace.